So we have the Galaxy S5 itself. I'll just take this out and I'll just keep this to the side, and let's see what else do we get in the box. Typical Samsung packaging, and we have the quick start guide. This is the warranty card and some again pamphlets, and we also have a chart on and the SAR values, and it also says smart switch to samsung.com. so keep these things to the side and let's look further down. We also have this headset. Let's take this out. It's a Samsung branded one, that is the JF1. Looks like it has, let me just open this one, and the cabling is flat cable, as you can see, so that's nice. And these are again in here, and I'll test them and I'll let you guys know how it is. Strange, yeah, we also have this two volume controls over here, that is the plus and the minus for volume, and also we have a button to take or end calls and the microphone also. So I'll test this a bit later on and I'll let you guys know how's the quality with the earphones. Looks nice actually. Again, Samsung branding is here. And let's look further down. We have the standard Samsung charger, and it's a 2 ampere charger, the same as we got on the S4. And further going down, we also have extra ear tips, and this is the cable. Again, one thing that is very interesting is though the Galaxy S4, if you take this out, supports a USB 3 micro USB slot over here. I'll show you that a bit later, but the cable that that Samsung has provided is just a USB 2 standard micro USB cable. So that's kind of disappointment, because even in the Exynos Note 3 they provided the USB 3 cable. So we get the standard micro USB cable, not the micro USB 3 USB cable. And we have the battery also, and it's slightly longer this time. The shape is a little bit different, so let me take this out. And it's a 2800 milliampere battery. So let me clear this and we'll have a look at the S5 itself. So let me just open this S5. Let's take out this protective cover, and we also have one protective cover over here. And the thing with the S5 is that it's IP67 certified, so it's kind of water resistant now. And it says here that to ensure that water resistant, make sure that it's pressed, you need to press it and seal this plastic cover well. So let's take this out. And the back is also actually pretty different. This is the shimmering white, like they like to call. And yes, it is feels better than the glossy plastic one that we found on the S4, but I felt that the faux leather one that we had on the Note 3 personally, in my opinion, felt a little bit better. So let's just open up this one, and the back cover, as you can see, again it's water resistance, hence we have this rubber gasket also. And we can add our micro SIM and the micro SD card. The micro SD card up to 128 gigs are supported. So let's put in this battery. I hope it has some charge so that we can do the first boot of this device. And we also have a plastic here on the camera also. Yes, as you can see, yes. So make sure you remove that also. And let's snap this back cover back. And it's sealed, and let's try to do the first boot for this Galaxy S5. And the screen is pretty bright, and it says powered by Android. To give you an idea, I don't have my S4 right now. This is the Nexus 5 that also supports a 5-inch screen, so it gives you an idea. It's actually a lot taller, as you can see. Actually in weight it does not feel that much. And let me just quickly set this up. And though this S5 weighs a little bit more, it weighs 145 grams, but it feels actually pretty light in the hand. So that's my first impression, I would say. And I'll just skip all this, and you need to agree to all these terms. And I'll set up my Gmail account, etc. later. And let's just customize this. I'll just say Ranjit. One thing you guys need to know is that as this S5 is the Exynos version that it's being sold in India, we do not have any 4G or LTE support. And we can sign in with our Samsung account also if you have, and you also get 50 GB of cloud storage courtesy of Dropbox. And we'll just finish. And again, the first thing, I'll adjust the brightness. It's too bright. I'll just keep it on auto. And it said, and the first screen was regarding that waterproofing features. So let's adjust the brightness. And again, you see these new icons. These are circular. We can customize them. And again, these are all the options. So this is the new TouchWiz UI that we get. And if you move towards the left, you get this My Magazine view. And let's just get out and let's look at the Android version that we're going to get. And we have the S Finder and the Quick Connect options over here. But let's go to the settings, and we have this new type of settings, more of icons. We can move to the old layout if you want. That was the tab layout like this. This is what we were getting, but the icons are new, as you can see. Let's just go to back to that grid view, and let's go to about the device. And as you can see, we have a lot of options. And out of the box, we are getting the Android version 4.4.2, that is KitKat. So we are getting the latest version of Android out of the box. And let's just go back. And again, one more thing that has changed is, if you notice, the touch type capacitive buttons, we have the multitasking tray over here and the back button. Instead of the menu button, now we have the multitasking tray. So that is one big change, I would say. And if we do this, this gesture has also changed now. Earlier we used to get that helicopter view, but now this is like this. And from here you can add the widgets, and your home screen settings also reside over here. Let's look at the app tray. And again, the app tray also has been modified a little bit. And here I noticed that not a lot of junkware or bloatware is installed. Only a few apps are installed. So let's look at the storage also that we get on this one. Let's go to the storage tab, and out of that 16 gigs, the available storage that we are getting is 11.23 GB, which is an improvement. If I recall, when I purchased the Galaxy S4 last year, out of the box I got storage of just around 9.6 GB. So we are getting 11.23 GB of available space out of the box, and we can mount a SD card. So let me just go back. And so these are the new settings. If you are used to the old settings, it might take some time, but you can always go to the tab view, which is kind of similar to the old settings. And this is the octa-core version, that's the Exynos version. And the thing with this one is it's a new one, so all the 8 cores, if required, can be active at a given point. Earlier on the S4, only 4 cores could be active, so it's kind of a true octa-core, that is an 8-core processor. And regarding the camera, here this is the Samsung's own sensor, that is the ISO cell. And Samsung says that it has hybrid focusing system for very fast autofocusing, and also it does a little bit better in low lighting situations. And below that we have that new heart rate sensor also. Before showing you those features, let me just give you a physical overview of this S Find now. On the top we have the IR blaster, so you can use it to control your televisions, etc. We have the 3.5mm headphone jack, and if you notice closely, these are ridge types, not smooth like that we got on the S4. The same thing continues over here, and we have the power button and nothing else over here. On the bottom we have this slot, we can open it now. Again, because it has having that waterproof features, the flap is covered, and as you notice, it's a micro USB 3 slot, but you can also use a standard micro USB cable with this one. We have the main microphone over here, and on this end we have the standard volume button. And on the back, as I told you, the 16 megapixel camera, and this is the new heart rate sensor, Samsung branding, and that new back. Let me give you a closer look. It is dimpled, and we have this opening for the speaker also over here. So let's just unlock. And another thing with this S5 is that we have that fingerprint scanner also on this one, so that is kind of new. So using that fingerprint scanner, it's built into this home button. You can unlock the device. You need to set it up, obviously. I'll do that a bit later. And before I proceed, let's actually look at the camera also. The camera is supposed to be an improvement, and it's supposed to do autofocusing really fast. Again, look at the viewing angles. I placed the phone at extreme angle, Then also it's pretty fast. Let's just do it again. And as you can see, picture came out to be pretty good. This isn't completely artificial light. We did not fire the flash or do anything like that. Actually, it's very sharp. I'll be testing the camera a lot more. Another unique thing with this device is that ultra power saving mode. Let me see if I can find that. Let me just go back to that. Let's see if I have that in the quick tray. Yeah, we have that ultra power saving mode, and if you enable that, as you can see, I'm at around 59% battery. I can get up to 7.3 days of battery life. But the thing is that it makes everything black and white to save the battery. So yes, this might be a useful thing if you are on the road and you don't have a charger and you are on let's say 15 or 20% battery life. You can enable this mode. Again, as you can see, it does take some time to enable this mode, approximately about 25 to 30 seconds. But and you can select a few apps. Not every app is going to run. For example, if you just press this, you can add some apps. For example, I can add Google Now, Memo, voice recorder. So not a lot of apps can run in this mode, but definitely I would say it's a great thing. And again, as you can see, it's at 59% and it's showing that I can get estimated 7.3 days of battery life using this ultra power saving mode. So I would say that's a big deal. Let's just get out of this ultra power saving mode and let me disable that. And let's quickly also have a look at the fingerprint scanner. You need to train it. And again, as you can see, it does take some time to get out of this one. I'll be testing this ultra power saving mode a lot. Again, the testing will take some time, so just be patient. I have to test it for a few days to get an accurate idea. And now it's back. One more thing is that I might need to set up my Google account. Or for example, if you just say, okay, Google, what's the weather like?
It's 37 degrees and partly cloudy in Hyderabad.
So as you can see, it's always listening for that okay Google now on the home screen, like the Nexus 5, I would say. And let's see if we can set up the fingerprint scanner. Yes, here is the fingerprint scanner. And you need to set it up. I have set up the fingerprint scanner, so let's try that also. And as you can see, I just swipe and it's recognized. And I would say it's too early to comment how well it works, so I'll be testing the fingerprint scanner for the next few days and I'll comment about that. I also have the iPhone 5s, so we'll compare it later on. And another feature that this S5 has is this heart rate sensor. I feel it's a gimmicky feature, but let's have a look. For that, you need to fire up the S Health. And I did test it earlier, and as you can see, I got 88 beats per minute and 107. So let's try. It's fairly easy. You just need to hold your finger over here and hit this start button, and it says to keep quiet. And if you notice, it's firing that LED and taking the reading. It takes about 20-25 seconds. So let's see. And it might give an error because I'm just talking. And as you can see, it said I need to do it again. So I'll just keep quiet this time. And it's showing 111. That's pretty high, but earlier I tested and I saw results of 88 or so. So that's one feature, but again, I feel that's sort of gimmicky. And before I end this unboxing and overview review, I have this S4 also, and as you can see from the front, actually it looks very similar to the S4. So regarding the design, I know it's a personal choice, but if you're used to Samsung Galaxy devices, it's similar to that. But I personally have got kind of bored with this. I've owned a S3, S4, and now yes, the back is changed and kind of improved, I would say, but from the front it looks very similar to the Galaxy S4. So that's it for now for this quick look at the Samsung Galaxy S5. I'll be heavily testing this phone for the next few weeks. So if you have any particular questions regarding this device, do let me know in the comment section. I'll try to include them in my review. Thank you for watching this video. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video.